This is Hospital Radio Heartbeats.
This is Play Your Charts Right. Please welcome your host, Mark Pearson.
Yes, so welcome once again to Play Your Charts Right, and we start the game by saying it's nice to see you, Yes, we have our two teams in the studio this evening, and if they play their charts right tonight, who knows, they might just get lucky. Now, what we need to do first, before we do anything, is explain exactly how this game works, and we would love it if you played along up on the wards as well. In a few moments, our high-tech chart time machine is going to select a year at random from chart history, and all the teams have to do is choose whether they think the chart clip they just heard was higher or lower than the last, hence the name Play Your Charts Right. If you think a song charted closer to a 40, you'd say lower. If you think it charted closer to a 1, you'd say higher. And it really is that straightforward. And don't forget, it's always based off the peak chart position that the song reached in the year in question. The year last week was 1975. Andy won last week, and this is what happened.
Go on! Come on!
Oh, sorry.
But
There goes the microphone.
It was. Andy doesn't often win, but last week he did. The year in question, it was 1975.
I forgot I got that excited.
He did 5 out of 5, but it was well earned. But first, now that we've done that and we've humiliated Andy, we can now move on to this week. So, Chart Time Machine, what's the year in question going to be this week?
1990.
What other year could it be? It's my birthday this Sunday. We have to do the year of 1990. We do it every year during Halloween week. So what we're going to do, we're going to hear a series of chart clips from the year of 1990. So if you're ready in the studio and on the wards, let's do it. Let's get into it. It's time to play this week's edition of Play Your Charts Right. And here we go, we're off again. Let's get the game in motion now. Of course, as you can tell from the clip we just heard, Andy won last week with a 5 out of 5. And if you win, you get to go first the week after. So Andy, for a change, you get to go first this week.
It's been a while.
It has been a while. Now, because I am such a nice guy, Andy, what I'm going to do, I'm going to play you a starter hit. And not only am I going to play you that starter, I'm going to tell you the peak chart position that song reached in the golden year of 1990. And the name of the record, of course, and that will be our starting point. So, Andy, if you're ready, let's hear you start a hit from the golden year of 1990. Andy, you start a hit this week. It's Bros with Madly in Love. In 1990, the peak chart position they reached was a 14, so that's your starting point for this week. Now that we played the starter, we can well and truly crack on with the game. So Andy, if you're ready, let's hear your first hit from 1990. Andy, your first hit for this week, it's Skid Row with 18 and Life in 1990. Was it higher or lower than a 14?
Wow. 14's a hard one as well. I don't actually remember that song by Bros, by the way.
Neither do I. Must have been when they were on the beginning of the slide.
On the slide, yeah. I think maybe that one was slightly lower, Slightly lower. I think I'm going to go with that. Lower, please, Mark.
Okay, to start the game, Andy thinks that Skid Row with 18 and Life was lower than a 14. Even though you've never heard it, 2 places up in 1990, peak chart position was a 12 for Skid Row, 18 and Life. Yeah. So a poor start to the game by Andy there, forfeiting point number 1 as we go over to his competitor, Team Brian. It is one-on-one this week, but we'll still call them teams because they normally do play it as a team game. So Brian, if you're ready, let's hear your first hit from 1990. What's it going to be? Let's find out. Brian, Cliff Richard with Silhouettes. Was it higher or lower than a 12?
Well, I remember this one getting played on the radio, so by that logic, I'm going to say it was higher.
Straight in there with higher from Brian. He thinks that Cliff Richard with Silhouettes was higher than a 12. He's absolutely correct. 2 places up for Sir Cliff with Silhouettes. His P chart position was a number 10, so it's 1-0 in round 1. As we go back over to Team Andy, it's time for round 2. Andy, let's hear your second hit from 1990.
Steamy window. Zero visibility. Steamy window.
Andy, your second hit for this week, it's Tina Turner with Steamy Windows. Was it higher or lower than a 10?
This was played quite a bit, I remember. I think it had to have been slightly higher for Tina Turner. So higher, please, Mark.
Okay, Andy thinks that Tina Turner with Steamy Windows was higher than a 10 in 1990. Can you believe it? Not even top 10. 3 places down in 1990 for Tina Turner's
That's a great track,
Steamy
though,
Windows.
isn't it?
Unbelievable.
Very good track.
Peak chart position was a 13.
This is not going well tonight.
It's a shame to see that
I don't think
one
there'll be any recording of me celebrating.
There's still everything to play for, Andy. Let's go over to Brian now. We're still in round 2. Brian, let's hear your second hit from the year of 1990.
Oh, yeah.
A cover of the Dan Hartman original. It's Yell with Instant Replay. Brian, was it higher or lower than a 13?
Again, this is another one I remember on the radio, although I'm not sure if I'm remembering this or the original, but I'm going to go higher.
Okay, Brian thinks that Yell with Instant
Higher
Replay
than 13, that's right, isn't
was
it?
higher than a 13.
Yeah.
Is Brian correct for his second point of the game?
Hey.
3 places up. We're back at a 10 now for Yell Instant Replay in 1990. Time for round 3. We hit the midpoint. Right, back over to Andy. Okay, Andy, we've got another hit from 1990 lined up for you. You want that point, but before you can have it, we've got to play it. Let's find out what it is and give it a spin.
To love somebody, to love somebody.
Andy, Jimmy Somerville with To Love Somebody. Was it higher or lower than a 10 in 1990?
And who had the original?
I can't remember, actually.
Bee Gees.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, on that basis, then. No. Jimmy Somerville, 1990, slightly higher, please, Mark.
Okay, the decision's made. Andy thinks that Jimmy Somerville with To Love Somebody was higher than a 10 in 1990. He thinks it was slightly higher. Does he get the point for the answer, though?
Hey.
He does. 2 places up for Jimmy Somerville. To Love Somebody, peak chart position in 1990 was.
That.
Don't remember that
number
one, but it
8.
sounded like it was a good version.
I
a
do
good
remember
track.
him. I do remember the song.
It was a good version of that track, and it paid off for Jimmy Somerville because he got into the top
Paid off
10.
for Andy as well.
It did as well. Number 8
Needed that.
in 1990. Okay, the game's back on. Back over to Brian. We've got his third hit lined up, all ready to play. Let's find out what it's going to be.
Everybody needs somebody. Everybody needs somebody to love.
A song that needs no introduction. It's going to get one anyway. The Blues Brothers with Everybody Needs Somebody to Love. Brian, was it higher or lower than an 8 in 1990?
I remember it being very popular at discos, but I'm not sure how that reflected on the charts. But I'm going to take a stab at higher.
Okay, Brian thinks the Blues Brothers with Everybody Needs Somebody to Love was higher than an 8 in 1990.
Oh no!
4 places down, not even a top 10 hit for the Blues Brothers. Peak chart position in 1990 was a number 12 for Everybody Needs Somebody to Love.
Thought that I would have gone higher.
Criminal.
Yeah, I would have gone
Absolutely
higher.
criminal. Great track. Not even a top 10.
Good film
Okay.
too.
We've made it now to round 4. Back over to Andy. Okay, Andy, we've got a 4th hit lined up for you, all ready to go. Let's find out what it's
Go
going
for
to be. Give it a spin. Here we go.
You can run and you can hide, but I'm not leaving unless you come with me. We had our problems, but I'm on your side.
Andy, Phil Collins with Something Happened on the Way to Heaven. Was it higher or lower than a 12?
It's Phil Collins. It's got to have been higher, surely. Top 10, I would say. Maybe not top 5, but top 10. Higher, please, Mark.
Okay, Andy thinks that Phil Collins with Something Happened on the Way to Heaven was higher than a 12 in 1990. Does he get the point for it?
What?
I know, unbelievable. 3 places down for Phil Collins. Something Happened on the Way to Heaven. Peak chart position was a 15.
Wow.
Can you believe it?
I remember that song as well. I thought that would have been higher.
Yeah, I would have thought that higher than a 12 anyway.
Such a shame. Must have been a late single. Okay, we're still in round 4. Back over now again to Team Brian. Brian, we've got another hit lined up for you from 1990 to play in round 4. When I press this button, it's going to play. What's it going to be? Let's find out.
I've got my pride and I know how to hide all my sorrow and pain. I'll do my crying in the rain.
Brian, Aha with Crying in the Rain. Was it higher or lower than a 15?
I don't remember that one at all, but 15's a difficult number. I'm still going to say lower, though.
Okay, no hesitation there from Brian. He thinks Aha with Crying in the Rain was lower than a 15 in 1990. Is Brian correct? He's incorrect. 2 places up for Aha's Crying in the Rain. Peak chart position was a number 13. Okay, we've made it now to round 5, the final round. So for the last time this evening, let's go over to Andy. Right, Andy, let's hear your final hit from the year of 1990.
Oh yeah!
He's just turned 70 a couple of weeks ago. Timmy Mallet with Bombalurina, 7 Little Girls Sitting in the Back Seat. Very strange title for a song. However,
It certainly is.
It's an old 50s song.
it is. It's a cover of an old 50s song.
Avons.
However, did Timmy Mallet and Bombalurina get higher or lower than a 13 with 7 Little Girls Sitting in the Back Seat?
It should have been lower, but I've got a feeling, as it's Timmy Mallet around that time, I think it could have actually gone higher. I think it could have even been top 10, actually. So we're going to go higher.
Okay.
Please, Mark.
Andy thinks that Timmy
I need
Mallet
this.
and Bombalurina with 7 Little Girls Sitting in the Back Seat was higher than 13 in 1990. Has Andy made the right call?
So,
Exactly where it deserved to be, Andy. Bombalurina, 7 Little Girls Sitting in the Back Seat, 5 places down in 1990. Peak chart position was a number 18.
I've had a disaster tonight.
Okay, well, we're still in round 5. Let's go back over to Brian. Okay, Brian, let's hear your final hit from 1990 on this week's Play Your Charts Right.
It's the rep coming in well strong with the words of an old time song. Look the break and heavy on the bass, make this world a better place.
Brian, Rebel MC with Better World. Was it higher or lower than an 18?
Well, I've never heard it before, so I'm tempted to go lower, but 18's a difficult number, so I'm going to go higher.
You heard it from the man himself. Brian thinks that Rebel MC with a Better World was higher than an 18 in 1990 for his final point of the game. Is he correct?
Should have gone with the instinct.
You should have gone with the instinct. I can confirm the peak chart position of Rebel MC's Better World in 1990 peaked at a number 20. 2 places down in my birth year of 1990. So there you have it. That is this week's Play Your Charts Right. Let's have a quick look at the scores on the doors. We'll start with last week's winner, Andy, out of 5.
It's been a disaster, Mark. Absolute disaster, I'm afraid. It's 1 out of 5.
1 out of 5. And Brian?
Well, mine's not all that much better. It's 2 out of 5. Only beat you by 1.
Yeah, if I'd gone, I was going to go Timmy Mallet lower, but because on the basis that it should have been lower, and I just went. But knowing that song, it would have gone higher. So if I'd gone lower, we would have been doing a tie break now.
Well, if I'd have gone lower on that last one, it would have.
True, that's a fair point, actually. Yeah.
But wasn't it a good game? Of course. And didn't they do well? They always do. So